Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I have a check-in for my makeup no-buy. We're going to be talking about what the months of July and August have looked like for me and where I'm at with my no-buy, what my mindset's like, and how I'm doing with all of my goals. Over these past couple months, I have been continuing to work towards achieving my goals, and the kind of driving factors or the reason or the way that I can end this no-buy for this year is to finish up 23 makeup empties, as well as to hit pan on 5 new cheek or face products in my collection. So I want to finish up 23 items from my collection in addition to those 5 new face and cheek pans. And that's because I wanted to encourage myself to really use the collection that I have in place of purchasing items. So my no-buy is continuing, it's still going. I have not achieved any of those goals up to date, but today we're gonna be kind of recapping where I'm at and talking about the new statistics. I feel like I only just recently shared my May and June update because I kind of did. I filmed that in the middle of July, but here we are chatting about my no-buy yet again. So far it is going great and I am so happy to be doing this no-buy. I do have one kind of rule for this where I am allowed to purchase makeup should I completely use up everything within that category. And then after 2 weeks of not using that product, not having access to that product, not having anything within that category, if it feels like I need something to kind of fit that bill in order to fit that need, I should say, then I'm allowed to purchase something new. And I have done that once already this year. So I have one single makeup purchase this year, which is just very wild to me because in years past, I definitely was bringing in makeup way more regularly than that. And I was getting way more exciting kind of categories of makeup as well, because the only thing that I purchased so far is a glitter glue this year. But I really am trying to move away from my more consumeristic mindset where I was really preoccupied with what was going to come into my life, what was I going to spend my money on. I'm really trying to move away from that, and the no-buy is definitely a huge tool to help me with that. If I can't purchase anything, then I can't be thinking about what I'm going to purchase. But in any case, let's just hop on into where I'm at with those 2 overarching goals, and yeah, let's chat about it. Let's talk about where I'm at. So previous to today's update, I had actually already used up 16 products from my collection, and I'm really happy to report that in the months of July and August, I have finished off 5 more products, bringing me up to a total of 21 collective empties. And most of these products that I've finished off, I'm really happy to say I've done through my project pans. I'm currently working on a rolling project 10 pan as well as my graveyard project pan, and those projects have helped me to really be able to have success in this no-buy and focus on some products and get them used up. So the first item I want to share with you is one that you've already seen on my channel because I shared this in a previous update for my project pan, but I recently finished off this Vesca lip oil. This is actually, it's called the Lush Glow Creamy Lip Oil. And this one was in the shade Hibiscus. There's no product left in here whatsoever anymore. I took out the stopper, I scraped it all out. It was really beautiful, a very comfortable lip product, and it just was very smooth on the lips. Unfortunately, Vesca is no longer a brand, so it's not something that you can purchase. I did receive this in PR quite a while ago, a couple years back, so I'm really happy that I was able to actually finish this up and work it out of my collection. It always feels good to have lip gloss empties because they're a category that oftentimes I like to have a lot of selection in, but they are something that I can reapply consistently throughout the day. I can wear them with or without other makeup. And so they are the kind of category that I run through pretty frequently. I think this is probably my easiest to pan category, and this one was no exception, even though it was more of a vibrant color. I really did enjoy reaching for this very often. And then I recently finished off this concealer. I received this in PR a couple years ago, and it was something that I just never really used a lot of. So I'm so happy I decided to put this into my graveyard project pan. This is the Oma Beauty Stay Woke Concealer. This shade Fair Lady T3 was perfect for me over this summer. great to wear underneath the eyes. I actually wore this a couple times as a foundation, probably like in the earlier parts of the summer. The coverage on this was really great. The formula was really great, and I'm so happy to have it used up and gone. I also finished one other item through my Graveyard Project pan as well. It looks like it's not empty, but it is. I cannot get anything else out of here at all. And generally speaking, I would cut into packaging, but this is very thick plastic and it just kind of seems dangerous. I don't know, so I'm not gonna cut into this one. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow. This is a product that I had for, again, a few years. A lot of my collection is a few years old, but I'm so happy that I decided it was time to get this used up. It was perfect to mix with foundation, to wear underneath the foundation, to wear in place of any foundation, to just kind of have something glowy on my skin. I also wore it all over my shoulders, the fronts of my legs. It was such a beautiful product, but not a favorite of mine. Just a really great glowy product to use for the summertime. And seeing as I had it in my collection, I used the heck out of it this summer, and yeah, really happy to have that gone. And then the other two empties that I have are empties from palettes. And at the beginning of this year, I had mentioned that I was gonna count those towards my 23 items. So when I introduced my no buy, I had said that because I wanted to encourage myself to actually use up things from palettes. I never had empties within palettes before. None of my eyeshadow palettes in my current collection have empty pans. None of my face palettes in my current collection have empty pans. And so I wanted to encourage myself to make that happen. And so by counting these as empties, it encourages me to continue to keep doing this. So the first one I shared with you in my most recent Pan Those Eyeshadows update, but I did finish the shade Chamomile from my Nabla Soul Blooming palette. This was a great matte cream shadow, and I've had this palette in my life for so many years, so I'm so happy that I finally have an empty in here, and I can see myself, you know, maybe I still need quite a bit of time, but I can see myself wanting to finish up some more pans in this palette for sure, and hitting more pans as well. So that feels really good. It feels so good to have an eyeshadow empty and to see this palette looking, again, more and more loved as every day goes by. And I've also finished off a powder in my e.l.f. Illuminating palette. This was in my project pan as well. And the fourth shade, which was more of a bronzy kind of highlighting tone, is now empty, completely gone and used up. I'm so happy that I was able to finish this up through my project pan. It feels so good to see a completely empty pan, but now it makes me want to see more actual pans and more usage on the remaining shades in this palette. Although I don't really feel like I have the same kind of use cases for the remaining shades in here. So if you have this e.l.f. Illuminating palette, or if you had this in the past, because this is quite an old product, let me know how you use some of these other shades. If you're kind of my coloring or maybe a little bit more fair than I am, because this shade in particular is kind of like cool, looks almost gray or taupey, so I don't really know how to use that one. And then these other two, I do feel like I can use them as more traditional highlighters. I just haven't really ventured into playing with them too much. There is a little bit of use, but not nearly enough. In any case, I am so happy to see a completely empty pan in this palette. This is the only face palette in my collection that has a completely empty pan within it, and that feels really, really good. So 5 total empties, bringing me up to a grand total now for the year of 21 empties. I am only 2 empties away from my total goal for this year, and that feels so good. So definitely by the next time I sit down and share with you my no buy update, we will have reached 23 empties. And yeah, I'm so excited about that. So let's move on to the pans. So I really wanted to encourage myself to make some progress on cheek and face products in my collection, because I didn't want to just hyper fixate on emptying things. I wanted to rotate through my collection. I wanted to get really good use out of the items in my collection. And by setting myself a goal of hitting 5 face or cheek pans, I felt like I would be able to really delve into things that maybe didn't have so much progress on them. And that would encourage me to just rotate through my collection in a different way than just strictly trying to use things up. And I'm so happy to say that prior to today's update, I had already had 3 pans, and my ultimate goal is to have 5 pans in order to conclude this no buy. And I have three new pans in my face and cheek collection to share with you in today's update, which is so exciting. Again, I definitely have to thank my Graveyard Project pan for giving me a space to really focus on some of these older products that had a little bit of progress on them. But I was able to hit 2 new pans in my Graveyard Project pan, which is so thrilling for me. I was able to hit pan on this ancient Makeup Geek and Kathleen Lights collaboration palette. I've had this for an eternity, and it is something that I just can't seem to part with. So I wanted to hit pan, and I was able to recently hit pan on the shade that I've been focusing on, which is this shade right here called Starlight. It is a beautiful bright pink. Well, like bright in terms of it being like highlighting and beaming, but the shade itself is actually kind of a little bit dusty, a little bit cool, but it is something that was a bit of a challenge for me, actually. It is a really vibrant highlighter, really impactful highlighter, but something that I really wanted to see myself use in more volume, and I'm so happy I did that through that project. So a tiny fleck of pan, but pan nevertheless. And then the second pan that I have to share with you was also in my Graveyard Project pan, and it comes from this little Melt cream blush light in the shade Golden Hour. I didn't want to distinguish like that I had to hit pan in powders versus creams because I got a little bit of everything in my collection. So this is a cream formula, and I have a new pan in here. So that feels so good. This was a product that I just really wanted to love on more, and you can definitely see now that it's evident that I have been loving on it. There is a really good dip in it. There's a little bit of pan. It just looks so loved, and this makes me so happy to see. There's still a ton of products in here, and I'm gonna enjoy every moment of using this. I hope I can use this up before it expires. Should I pan this in my 2024 project pan? And then finally, I have another Vesca product, which was in my Rolling Project 10 pan. So this year's panning journey has just been so productive for me, and it feels so good. I was able to hit pan on this highlighter right here. This is the Stargaze Luminous Glow highlighting powder, and this is the shade Wish. I already had an amazing dip in it, so it really didn't take me that long to actually be able to hit pan on it, but the pan is there, and I am so happy with it. I'm so proud to see this. And with that third and final pan, I've actually surpassed my goal for my face pan. So I wanted to hit 5 this year. I'm actually now at 6. That feels so good to me. I don't think last year I had hit that many pans throughout my collection. So other than eyeshadow, and eyeshadow is something that I hit pan in pretty regularly, but it feels really good to me. It feels so good to know for a fact that I've hit pan on 6 products in my collection, and I'm gonna keep kind of working on my collection, and obviously if I hit more pans in the next couple months, that would be amazing. But I'm ultra close to my goal of finishing this no-buy because I only have to finish 2 more products, and I think I'm pretty damn close on a couple things. So realistically, by the next time we sit down to talk about this no-buy, it's technically gonna be allowed to be over, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do next because I feel like I don't really have much desire to purchase new makeup. I'm very fortunate in the sense that I do receive some PR, and I recently posted a PR haul, so definitely go check that out if you wanna see everything that's come into my life over the last few months. So I'm really fortunate that that fills kind of a desire, I don't want to say need, but the urge to try new things that definitely satiates that for me. But I do have a channel that's related to makeup, and so it's not like I want to only talk about new things that come in PR. I do want to purchase some things for myself, things that really do interest me and that I feel like could add value to my collection. But I just don't know where I'm at with that side of things, and I do need to figure that out in the next couple months. Personally, I don't think that a budget, like in terms of a number, a monetary number, is really something that's important to me because at the end of the day, I don't overspend on makeup anymore. There was a time in my life when I definitely did. But these days, I really just want to keep the volume of products in my collection to a minimum. I want to ensure that I'm using things up as opposed to accruing things into my life. So the the low buy that I had last year, where I had to basically bring in less than I was using up, worked really well for me to keep that balance. And maybe that's something that I want to reevaluate, and maybe the way that I want to continue to approach things to make sure that nothing ever gets out of hand. I don't know. I really don't know. Let me know what you think I should do next. I would love to hear your opinions on it, because yeah, there are a couple of things that maybe I have on my wish list, or things that I'm like, ooh, I would love to try some new makeup. But I recently went to Walmart and wandered through the makeup section, which is something that's super dangerous to do when you're on a no-buy. But I was curious. I was like I was looking at NYX, I was looking at Milani, I was looking at all these different brands, e.l.f., and I was like looking at these things and just feeling like, all right, I already have all of this. I already have all of these things. And so nothing really compelled me. So do I even feel like I need to purchase makeup ongoing? I don't know. I really don't know where I'm at. And I still have time to figure that out, because the no-buy is not over. The no-buy is not over until I finish 23 products, which is mighty close. It's mighty close. We're nearly there. So by the next time I sit down and film an update for this no-buy, it'll be the finale of it. There's no doubt in my mind it'll be the finale of it, but I'm looking forward to just seeing where the next couple months go for me. Maybe I'll just not set myself any sort of rules or guidelines, and I'll just kind of see where I'm at when I do have the space to purchase. I'll see if that's something that I decide to do and go from there. I really don't know. I really, really don't know. But maybe for my next update, I should maybe address some of your questions. If any of you have questions about my no-buy, or my mindset about makeup right now. So if you have any no-buy related questions or insights or ideas of what I should do next as I continue on my consumerism journey, please let me know. You can leave those down in the comment section of today's video. I would love to chat with you. I would love to hear your thoughts and questions. And yeah, that, my friends, is everything. I got very rambly and weird at the end of today's video, but thank you for spending time with me. Thanks for just hanging out and hearing me out. But yes, that's everything. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.